The brand new season of Love is Blind is out. It is filmed in Denver, where I live, where I have done all my life pretty much. Let's get into it because this is not a good representation of Denver. And I want to tell you why. Okay, but I also have to get ready for clients. So where to begin? Let's start with the men, okay? Also, let's start with the fact that according to many sources, most of these people, at least half of these people, don't actually live in Denver, wouldn't actually say they're from Denver. That's a problem, okay? So really, this is Love is Blind, Colorado. If we're being next, I'm not seeing any burly mountain man type. There's one CrossFit bro. There's no burly mountain types. There's uptight mountain guy who buys and sells luxury watches, aka lives off his parents' money, right? Who lives in Dillon. Dillon, Colorado is an hour and 15 minutes from Denver. It's in the mountains. It's not Denver, right? So that's that. But no burly mountain men. And in all my time dating here and being on the apps and just being out, you're going to find a lot of men who wear plaid, who have beards, who are tall, who are fit, or who have beer bellies. It's really equal. So I didn't see any of those men on here. None whatsoever. Okay. So they definitely are missing out on a major cross section of men in Denver. And I have a theory about why they were unable to really capture the true essence of Denver men, by the way, which I'll tell you here in a sec. So they're missing out on that. Strange noise. Okay, so they're missing out on that. Now, they're also missing out, frankly, on attractive men. Denver has some hot men. And by the way, burly mountain man is not my type. I like them polished. I like them refined, but not too refined. I don't like them uptight. I like them fit. I had no trouble dating here. No trouble. The issue with Denver, which has the nickname of Menver, is that there are so many men to single women. Women have bajillion options here if you're a straight woman or somebody who wants to date a straight man. That's something you really need to know for context here. So the problem is, because women have so many options and because Denver is really a beacon for people who want to enjoy the outdoors, want to enjoy a lifestyle that is, incorporating the outdoors regularly. I mean, we have one of the best natural playgrounds in the country, okay? Which don't tell people. We have so many people who moved here, and by the way, who complain about it because they moved from New York City or Chicago, and they're like, oh my God, it doesn't have this from a big city perspective. No, it's Denver. We live here because we want some city creature comforts, but we want to be close to the mountains and we want to do outdoors. If you don't like outdoors things, if you don't like relaxing in hot springs, if you don't like mountain sports, if you don't like being outside, don't move here. Don't move here. So many people after the pandemic moved here and just don't like anything about what this place has to offer. But Denver is truly awesome for that balance of city creature comforts and the outdoors. And I'm obsessed with it. And we have 300 days of sun. Okay. So anyways, they are not representing men here. They don't have enough hot men. They don't have enough burly men. They don't have enough mountain men. I will tell you, they have one man who really, really does exemplify Denver dating, and that is Blake. Okay, so Blake leaves because the person he says is his best match left, and so there's nothing there for him, and he feels like he's just not going to find someone because she left. Blake is Denver dating. Blake is Denver men. So here in Denver, and I bet a lot of mountain towns that are near city and urban places have this issue, but we have something we call Peter Pan syndrome, which is men who are I never want to grow up, right? They lack a maturity that is required in relation. And I don't know Blake, right? And you're just a character on my TV. So if you're seeing this, which you're probably not, I'm not judging you too harshly, but you're the example, right? That they're putting out there. Peter Pan men just lack some maturity and some ability to commit, right? And that is a very common issue in Denver dating. Very common. Men will go into it saying, oh, I want a relationship, I want a long-term commitment, and then they'll find the dumbest reasons why they don't want to be with someone. Also, lots of love bombers. So what is it? Tony, who decided he wanted the more sophisticated name on there. Also perfect example of Denver dating, right? And this is the reason why I think they were unable to really get a cast on the male side that represents Denver well, is because a lot of men here don't want to get married would never trust a process where you get married that quickly. Like that's absurd because in their heads they're like, yeah, I want to get married and have kids, but they have to be all these things that are just they're never really going to find. So until they like get over that, it's just not going to happen. And so I think the issue is they can't fully represent Denver because not enough. They couldn't find enough in the time they were casting. By the way, I'm in plenty of local Facebook groups for my business and connecting with other female entrepreneurs. I just don't think they were able to cast well enough here. And so I think we're seeing a really odd cross section of these like primarily young men. I mean, most of the guys are in their 20s or very early 30s. There was like the one guy who wasn't Mike, who was like 37. It's just like not true. Denver has a lot of older dating. It would have been super duper interesting. Denver has a lot of people who don't want kids. It would have been so interesting if they had casted 35 plus people who don't want kids. Because I think if they did that, they probably would have gotten a better representation of what Denver people really are like, what they're looking for. And maybe they'd get more attractive men who have their shit together, who, you know, are ready to commit, but they just wouldn't want kids. Like, I've never seen so many people say they want kids on one of these seasons. Like, kids came up like first in so many of these conversations. And it's just, there's so many people here who choose a child-free life. And they're not representing that. So that's my theory so far. I'm going rogue here with posting this. So let me know if you like this. I am watching the whole thing and I can go deep on some of this. And I could talk to anyone about Denver dating. I think I listen to all kinds of podcasts. I still love love and relationship podcasts, even though I am engaged and planning to never be single again. I know a lot on this topic. As a woman who didn't really date much in her 20s, got married young, got divorced at 30, and then dated a wizwa. Dated a wizwa until my mid-30s. I have a lot of thoughts on this topic, so let me know if you want to hear more.